Hello and welcome back to my channel. I made this notebook last weekend and now I'm going to show you the details. It's hardcover and I have attached this closure ribbon seam binding with eyelets on the cover, and there's this large book plate on it, and I've attached this image from an old book with eyelets too. And when I later on last evening I made this one and I stitched around these edges or with my sewing machine, I noticed that even though I like the plain simple look, but this plate needs something, and I'm going to make another one with stitched edges because it, as you can see, it gives it the finished look. This one has a tag inside and a place for journaling. There's this hole here that you can slide this image and you can move it around with your fingers like this so that it is in a good position. I have used my White Christmas 1916 paper collection. There are 3 different sets of papers, and also in the book. On the book I have used some of my old wallpaper. This is the wallpaper on our kitchen walls, and I had some spare parts of it saved. It goes well with this white book. The seam binding was white and I used antique linen distress ink on it so that it turned to this color. When you open it, there's I didn't make pockets on this because it's already quite chunky. I have added some extra bits here and it makes it quite thick. That's why there's no pockets. I've also used my Labels and Snippets kit to embellish the pages and the tabs. And there are also tea and coffee dyed pages and some other digital kits like this one. There's this flap. You could put something in here and close it with a paper clip. Let's use this as a bookmark. I just took a sip of coffee. This kit is the Avignon kit. There are some snippets and some of my prototypes that I have not, they are just for my own use. This is from the Snippets kit, and a book page. That's a Makistamp. Also these circles are. Floral Ledger. More stamping. ledger paper. And a book page. That's also the prototype. I see that I had planned attaching this. Let's do it now. I think it looks good here. We could make, but it's white on the other side, so I'm not going to make a flap, or I could attach it on to something, and let's make a folding piece here. I had this piece in my stash, and I'm going to make like a folding file folder divider thingy. But first let's get rid of these white edges. I rounded the corners, and now I'm going to glue it on. It's going to be this way. Which side? The lighter or the darker? The darker, I think. Let's sew around these edges to make it look more finished. There. And now that I have sewn here, I can glue it down, and it looks like it's sewn in the page, on the page. But I'm going to make it a pocket instead of a folding piece, because this paper is too thin to attach it well, so that's why I'm gluing it on here and make it a pocket. There. Let's wait for a few seconds. And while it's drying, I decided to make this little extra writing space, this paper sheet that's going inside the pocket. I'm distressing it. Also the back. And then let's fold it thrice. Like this, so that the birds are on top. And then fold it once here so that you can still see the birds. And distress all the folds. Both sides. I think it's dry now. We can add this to the pocket and continue with the flip through. Let me show it to you. Quite nice, I think. Here I made this card, which is attached with this rusty paper clip. It has these same antique images as on the front. Different persons, but the same set. And there's place for writing on the back. Some lace, tea-dyed lace over there. And the White Christmas 1916 papers, just like here too. Carefully. There's this file folder divider. And some snippets. And one of my Paris antique paper kit. There's a little tear. You could either leave it or use a little snippet to hide it. I think I'm going to find a snippet for it. Let's see now. Something quite small or something that I could fold. Actually, this one on top. Let's see if it fits. It's just the right size. Yes, I'm using this. That was easy. Folding it and adding some glue. First this side. Let's see. Oops. And then some more glue on the back. There it is. The tear is now mended. This one of my vintage travel journal pages. This is the other side of it. Should I show it to you better, more closer? It says list of travel agents issuing Finnish railway tickets. There are some details from one of the kits, and that's Makistamp. That's the other side of that vintage travel journal. There's an envelope and old vintage postage stamps and this gorgeous medallion. And that's the white Christmas paper. Also this, it's like, I use the folders like this. I folded them so that the other side, which has this tab, is over here, and I can add the snippets, and the paper signature is inside. And these thicker pages are good for attaching pockets and tuck places, but as I told you, I have this extra, so much extras here, so that I didn't make more pockets. Here's an envelope, writing space with this snippet on the tab. There's place for writing, and it's shaped like an envelope. And I attached it to this empty space between the signatures. There are 3 signatures and a hidden spine. The white Christmas papers have different kinds of images, different variations of this theme, and this wreath looks like a feather, and it reminds me of those frosty feathers on windows on Christmas or on winter time. There's some old paper and more of my antique printables. A book page with some ice doves, it says. Those birds have probably different names today, but this is a vintage book and they used to call them ice doves. So that's why it's in this white book. And a little snippet part over there. Fossils. I thought that this picture is from Ice Age, and also the rocks can be like a fossil, or there can be fossils inside somewhere hidden in the old ground. I tried to bind everything to this white ancient theme. There's also a landscape fossil, an old, how should I say it, old ridge, which was made during the Ice Age. There's a snippet. As you can see, I love snippets. There's a little fold in here, and it's distressed on the other side, and I should actually distress it this side too. It's a good thing to go through these so that you won't forget the details. There, much better. Old looking. Here's another card, journaling card. There's one of the snippets behind, and also a die cut image, oval image. It doesn't show much, but it's there. And these persons from the same series, and place for journaling. And if I had time, I would add some eyelets in here. They would show in here too, but I could hide them somehow. Well, but it must do this time. I'm going to leave it like this. There are always so many little details that you could add. Sewing around. Let's do that. Well, maybe not, because this die cut has these stitch images. It would be too much. They are both sides, even though this is distressed. Yes, I'm going to leave it. There's this number snippet. And did I show you? I think I did. Did I show you this? On the other side, there's this beautiful little Saison 1881 label. And that's the back. And these eyelets keep this ribbon. It's glued down, but it might tear a little bit if I don't add this eyelet here. It shows on the other side. You could hide it, but I don't mind. I quite like it. The pocket would hide it, but then the pocket would also hide this wreath image, and I love it, so I left it like this. So there, that's that. And this one too, I quite love it. So thank you for watching once again, and see you next time. Bye bye.